All right, we're live. It's Bad Weather Fans. Mike Biseglia, Alex Benesowitz. Alex is going to, as he says, spam the internet.
Spam.
For
What's
those
going
just
on?
joining, Knicks 113, 100 winners.
We'll start the show for real.
Knicks now 10-6 on the year. 2 of those 10 wins against the Nets. The Nets 3-14 on the season. 2 of those losses versus the Knicks. Nets get the win. Knicks get the win after losing in Orlando, getting beat up pretty good in the fourth. A very close, good game with the Mavs. Then splitting with the Heat. And then for the Nets, they complete 3 out of 4 games. Interesting. Bad loss versus the Celtics. Good win versus the Celtics in Boston. Their best one of the season. Last night against the Raptors was tied with about 4 minutes left before Toronto took over late. And then, tonight's game versus the Knicks, really just close, but not close. Knicks game was tied in the third when Terrence Mann went to the basket. And, Nets kind of kept it between 9 and 13 and too much Karl Anthony Towns. He was really the difference in this game. He dominated the Nets. He was pretty much unstoppable. And I would give him a big factor for that victory. Brunson did his thing, but I thought Towns just really dominated. And, with Mitch out, he stepped it up. He only took 4 threes. A lot of them came late. And, 14 for 20 from the field. He was just excellent for the Knicks, who get the win and, really needed it. I think for them more than anything, they were to lose to the Nets, who are one of the worst teams in the league, 3-14, and have struggled on the road. I think that would have, set off a lot of alarm bells, especially a Nets team that was in Toronto last night on a back-to-back. To have that would have been tough for them. On the Nets side, another good performance from Noah Clowney, who continues just to improve. He had 31 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. He was 7 of 13 from 3, 6 of 6 at the line. He played big minutes again, 39 minutes, as you can just tell Jordy wants to go to him. And, him and I would say Drake Powell stood out for the Nets. Their rookie at 15 points and 4 assists, 2 rebounds. But yeah, more of the same. I think a little more predictable as this one went. That first game where these two teams played each other was just all Knicks. Alex, I don't know if you want me to. I haven't really thrown it to you, but if you wanted me to keep
I'm
going.
good. Hey, no, I'm
Okay.
happy. I'm just trying to I'm trying to promote here. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get it going. Sorry, thanks for.
No, I can filibust, man. I can talk about the Nets. I can talk about the Nets. I have no problem doing that. I could
Why
do
don't
it for an hour here.
Promote a little bit. Why don't you retweet the post that I put out? And
I have to get on my Twitter.
Yeah,
in a minute.
Yeah,
although X. I did put a tweet out, which was just a total troll tweet. Although I do think Noah's going to be really good.
No,
but
awesome tonight.
You don't know how things are going to turn out. I mean, I think the thing for Noah, that you have to realize is he's 21 years old in 2 months. So he's a baby. He came into the league at 19, and I don't know if you'll remember this. Maybe you will. He came into the league at 19, and I was really excited about what I saw from Noah Clowney. And I remember saying, Alex, they got something here. He was the 21st pick in the draft. He is the first pick that the Nets used in the Kevin Durant trade. So when the Nets made the deal, they got Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson, and a bunch of draft picks from the Suns. That first pick they used was Noah Clowney. And at 19, he looked really good. He had good flashes as a rookie. And then last year, it was just horrible. And it's funny because I remember saying I was really happy with Noah. I'm like, this kid's 19. He's showing good signs here. And the first thing you said to me is, "Oh, he's Obi Toppin," and I'm like, "I think he's."
That's not the first thing I said. See, that's how you miss you. That's a false
the second thing you said. I'm pretty sure you said he was going to be Obi Toppin
because the end of the season. No. Let's get it right for the audience, for the people who are watching and will be listening tomorrow on the podcast app, available everywhere. Bad Weather Fans, listen to us. Only Knicks and Nets podcast. So anyway. at the end of his first season, right? It was his rookie season.
Yeah, it's his
The
third
last
year.
month of the year, he did the Obi Toppin, which was dominate teams that were tanking or that threw in the towel, and the old yeah, what do you call it? May basketball, or what is it? April
Well, he wasn't
basketball.
even as good as
April basketball.
Obi was way better than Noah in
Yeah.
those months. Obi was putting up some numbers, but you were teasing, but you still said it. I mean, so
I
part of
said
you
it
does, part of you did believe it.
I was teasing, but it was fun. It was fun. It was all having a good time. Clowney's a good player, man. He really is.
Well, he's just
yeah.
what has been fun for me to see with him is that he looked early in the season lost, and a lot of it really has to do with Cam Thomas dominating the ball that he didn't get it, and he was coming off the bench. Cam got hurt. He inserts him into the starting lineup, and now he's a productive NBA player that can get to the basket, gets to the free throw line, and tonight scores 31 points, 6 for 6 from the line, and made 7 threes. I mean, he was really efficient to score 31 points, and to do that on 17 shots is pretty impressive.
Yeah, it was. It
Mike,
was.
And you may want to double.
I don't know what that means.
I mean, maybe he's talking about Towns.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
No, I mean, the thing about Towns is,
shout out to Benji Kleiner. What's
and
up?
you know this, Benji.
Yeah,
Towns dominated the Nets. He had 37 points, but where is he going to be versus the Magic in May? Is going to be when like he goes for
it's
2
true.
of 11.
It's very true.
Easy to beat the Nets. I mean, he did show up tonight, so give him credit, but he's not going to be defined by playing against the Nets in December or November, whatever month we're in. Like,
what does that mean?
Good for him, but
Steve, what does that mean? Ewing theory potential with Cam Thomas, Steven Zantz. What does that mean? Ewing theory.
I have no idea.
Steve's my guy, big Jets fan, good friend.
I really have no idea, but
I literally have no idea what you mean. I want to say great point, but I have no idea what you mean, Steve. Ewing theory potential with Cam Thomas. So, okay.
But Bad Weather Fans, episode 289. We're getting to 100 views here, so we'll kick it off. But Nets lose again to the Knicks. That's 12 straight. This one better than the last performance from a Nets fan perspective. But Knicks continue to steamroll against the Nets. That's 12 in a row.
Yeah.
And long term here, Nets are 3-14. Right in the tankathon of things. And Knicks made the 99 finals without Ewing. I don't understand that.
He's saying that the Cam Thomas theory, Ewing Cam Thomas.
Oh, Cam Thomas. I read that as Tim Thomas. That's
so first post comment from Steven Zantz was Ewing theory potential with Cam Thomas, and when neither of us knew what it meant. I don't think anybody knew what it meant. I don't think Steven knew what it meant.
I see what he said.
And then he said meant, and then he goes, team plays better without him, and said 99 Knicks made the finals without Ewing. So I get it.
I get you.
Great point.
Okay. Well, I read it as I read it first as Tim Thomas, and that's what I think confused me. But no, Knicks get the win.
Kenyon Martin on the brain, man. And Kenyon Martin rolling off those power forwards.
And by the way, I love Kenyon, but a lot of the guys he named, I mean, he's just trolling.
Drew Gooden. Yeah,
and I love Kenyon, but I think at the end of the day, Draymond's the better NBA career.
Better career, but better player. Kenyon. I don't know about that.
It's hard. Trust me, nobody. Kenyon is my favorite basketball player of all time.
He was a great Knick.
He was. I mean, he wasn't a great Knick. He was a great net.
He had good moments. He had some good
moments. He wasn't a
backboard dunk from Felton. That was
all
great.
Right, if he's a great Knick, I mean, you've changed the standards here.
Low bar.
But I can't. When it's all said and done, Draymond has the better career, better player, probably. Right. I do think so. I do. I mean, it's fair. It's an impossible
four championships. I mean, what are you gonna do?
you put Kenyon on the Warriors. Are they winning those titles? I don't feel as confident about it. I don't.
Kenyon, but I don't know. If you take Draymond off the Warriors, do they still win those championships without him? I mean, probably.
Well, definitely the KD ones.
Well, I mean, the ones before and after KD, I think they win those without him. I think that it's not. He's a big part of the team. He was not the heart and soul, but he was just definitely the heart and soul and the best player. But they don't win the championships without Klay Thompson. but they win it without Draymond. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
Steph, you saw what Steph was without Klay Thompson when he got hurt. They were in the lottery. Like, you know what I mean? When Draymond was healthy too. You know what I mean? So it's not like, I mean, whatever. Fuck the Warriors. Anyway, Knicks beat the Nets tonight. Great team win. You know, Towns was aggressive, taking it to the hoop nonstop. He didn't even shoot his first three till like late in the second half. It was almost like he had the under on his 3-pointers made. I mean, just saying. But
no, he was aggressive. He
was aggressive. He was giving it to Claxton, who couldn't hold him the whole game. And it was like he went out of his way to go to the hoop, and Claxton was taking away Towns' left hand for some reason, and Towns was just like, all right. Like, you know what I mean? He just kept going right on him. And it was a great game to watch. I was very excited about that. Game was tough. It was back and forth the first half. Third quarter was close, and then it just got out of hand towards the end of the third, early fourth. And that's the kind of game it's going to be. I mean, the Nets, you texted me the other day, I posted it also, that the Nets are a different team than they were the first matchup between the Knicks and the Nets. Like, they've grown up a little bit. They learned to play together a little bit. They're a little bit better. And it wasn't going to be the same steamroll that it was in the first game. And it wasn't, so props to the Nets. I really like Powell. He's got some sauce in his game. He's got some style. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's a good player. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was going to say, you are on a back-to-back. You're playing in Toronto the night before.
Right.
That does make a difference. This is an excuse. I don't like when people say I'm not making excuses. I'm giving you an excuse. That does make a difference. Like, look at teams on back-to-back.
Right.
There's 3 and 4 nights. It's going to hurt them a little bit, and they ran out of gas and they couldn't compete when you have 2 future Hall of Famers in Karl Anthony Towns and Jalen Brunson. They were the difference. The rest of the guys were whatever. Like, I wouldn't say you look up and down that. You look at the performance from that game. It's those 2 guys. That's why they won the game. They had 2 superstars that beat the Nets. That's it.
It's true.
Mikal had a good game, but he wasn't the difference maker. Deuce was fine. Jordan Clarkson had a couple points off the bench, but there wasn't much else. It was 2 guys that are Hall of Famers that beat the Nets. End of story.
True.
That was it. That was Towns was, and more Towns. He was completely unstoppable. They could not stop him. Anytime that the Knicks or the Nets, anytime the Nets got it close or made it respectable or got it within 5, got to 6, it was like Towns and 1. I mean, he just completely dominated the Nets. And then I would say Brunson got hot a little bit later, and that was the difference in the game. I mean, it's like I'll go up and down the box score. You look at the Knicks, 7 for Hart. He did have 12 rebounds and 7 assists, so he did impact the game in a lot of different ways. And that's what Josh Hart does. But they won this game because of Towns, and then Brunson chipped in. That was the difference.
Yeah, and like James Casson said, our boy, the Knicks finally got a road win. I can't speak.
Road win.
Knicks finally got a road win, but it's their second one. But it counts. The Mavs won. They were shorthanded, and so were the Knicks. And
it's the NBA. This is you get them. You get the wins.
Is it the second one, third one? I don't even know. I'm losing track. Who cares?
Second one.
The second one. So
still have less road wins than the Nets.
Yeah,
which is crazy.
True.
How are the Nets 3? That's a crazy stat to be 3 and 14.
And Nets frequent, everybody's favorite Nets troll said, Knicks look unimpressive. They're missing that spark they had the last few seasons under Tibbs. Meanwhile, the last few seasons under Tibbs, Nets frequent was saying how bad the Knicks looked, but now they were better under Tibbs. Of course, that's
I wouldn't
spins it around.
It was a lackluster. It definitely was a low vibe, low energy game.
Yeah.
And that's what a lot of Knicks fans in the crowd. Don't get me wrong. And I think if that game got fun in the fourth, maybe you get a little more juice there.
Right.
It was. I think it was a very top heavy performance from the Knicks. Oh, by the way, too, like,
what's that?
Josh Hart. Boy, he complains a lot.
Oh yeah.
My God.
And Towns.
There's something like arguing calls, and then you see the replay, and it's like his arm's like ripping Nick Claxton's arm out of the socket.
He did get clubbed in the head on one play that he had a legit.
But it's a game, like just give me foul both ways. No, just give me. But it's just the constant yapping.
No, I know. That's a Tibbs thing, man. That comes from Tibbs, and there was no discipline regarding complaining of calls. Tibbs would just complain all the time.
It's a boy who cried.
Mike Brown has called it out too recently. Not calling out Tibbs, but he's called out how the Knicks complain too much recently, and they have. Like it's been ridiculous. It gets them out of their game, out of their flow. Like, it's like a couple things go bad. You miss a shot, you're frustrated naturally, and then you get a bad call against you, and then you lose it. It's just like, all right, I understand we're all human, but this is just all the time. You're professional athletes. You got to be used to this. You know what I mean? So.
And Mikel did his typical, I don't know what it was. It was like point to the bench and then round it up or something. I don't know.
Is anybody on the Nets still that he played with besides Cam
Oh,
Thomas?
a bunch of guys.
Clowney,
Draymond.
Claxton, right?
Oh, not Draymond. Day'Ron Sharp. Nick, Cam, and then Clowney.
We're just saying the same names over and over.
That's probably it.
Claxton, Clowney,
Clowney. Day'Ron, probably Cam Thomas.
Sharp is on there too, right? Yeah,
Sharp. Yeah, probably those guys. So a bunch of 3 or 4 guys, whatever we named. But then the rest of it is
all right. James
rookies. Which you saw 2 of the rookies tonight.
Interesting to see the minutes distribution without Shamet. That's a bigger loss than we realized. James, that's a good point. His comment. It's a good point.
Don't forget Sharp.
Isn't it funny how Landry Shamet was like a throw-in at the end of the roster, and then all of a sudden, like he's such an important piece. It's just so funny. Yeah. No, and we said it all offseason. Like, how is it not Shamet? You know what I mean? I know Brogdon, I got excited, but then you saw him play in the preseason. He was cooked. And like, you're just like, this guy's not making the team. And that's probably why he retired. He knew he was getting cut. They probably let him go out, like, on his own, like make it seem like it was his own accord. But and then
when it's over, it's over.
Yeah, whatever. But yeah, I don't know. It's kind of funny how that all played out, but that's beating a dead horse. I don't know. I was pretty happy about the way Josh Hart played today. It was vintage Josh Hart game.
He gets juiced up for the Nets.
He does.
It's a big game for him.
Yeah. I don't know if he acts like he downplays it. I think he plays it up. I think he knows it's a big.
Yeah, no, I think he enjoys it.
Yeah, I agree. And I don't blame him. It's nice to be 12 straight wins for the Knicks against the Nets, just total domination. He's never lost to the Nets as a Knick, which is crazy. And it's just a flip from what it was a couple of years ago.
180.
Yeah, so and Mike Green was saying it too. The Knicks and Nets have never been like really good at the same time, besides that first Durant year and the Randall year, the 4 seed championship the Knicks had. So it's really that was the only year the Knicks and the Nets were good at the same time, like really good.
They've been both, and then when they played each other in the playoffs, it was the Knicks were the much better team.
In the 90s. Nets were.
And then when the Nets played the Knicks 2004, it was the Nets were the much better teams. They played each other in the playoffs, but there haven't been there hasn't been they haven't been like, you see Knicks Pacers series or Knicks Celtics. There's never been, which would be awesome. I mean, it would be great for us. So much. It'd be so, but that the joy and satisfaction, like to beat the Knicks in the playoffs.
Would you want to do a watch party with me? Not a watch party like at a bar and have all these people come and me and you watching like Barstool style and
no interest
camera and do a live stream. That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
You'd want to do it if the Nets were like the favorite in the series. You wouldn't want to do it if the Knicks were like.
Nah, it's more of
me.
I'm so competitive that like
we like
you complaining and then being like it just the refs are giving them the win. It's like I don't know if I could handle it.
We could do it at a bar, but not like live stream. I think we can go to a game where there's other Knick and Net fans around, where I feel like it'd be better than just the two of us sitting in someone's living room. Like I think that would be a little different.
I do think what Barstool does with that is pretty smart to have two competing fans, especially when you get two cities that really dislike each other.
It's true.
And put them in the same room together. I mean, I find myself watching it nonstop, and then when you see those magical moments of the big play,
right?
To see what happens and the anger and the joy, and it's tough.
True.
I mean, it's a really good idea. But to answer your question, it would be extremely difficult. I do think though, if you set up a camera and you had people watching us watch I mean, like if we were watching tonight, I don't even like It'd be
There was
different.
very little emotion in the game tonight. Like very little. Like
I was
you're
just happy they
watching it.
didn't. Yeah.
I wanted a good game, like for the podcast, but like I was rooting for the Knicks, but it wasn't like it's late November. I'm sorry, I don't even know what month it is. Late November, Thanksgiving week game. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not like I'm not living and dying by the game, no matter what the game is at this point, especially when. Like the Knicks have been good for so long now. You know what I'm saying? It's like they've been having success, and you know what I'm saying?
No, I
It's
know
like they're winning
they're
playoff series. And it's like,
their time's running out in a weird way, and I don't mean that like it's like a expiration date, but you're right. Like they got to do it.
They got to do it. No,
you're right.
They got to do it, and that's what I'm saying also. But but that not exactly what I'm saying. I'm saying like the emotions of early season basketball game is not like what it was 3 years ago. You know what I mean? 3 years ago, I'd be rocking. You know what I'm saying? Like early season, like, oh, we're good. Let's go. Like right now,
and the Nets are tanking.
Yeah, we won. You know what I mean? Like,
and the Nets are rebuilding.
April, May, June,
and the Nets are in a true rebuild.
They are.
They're
true.
The good part is for this year at least, you have young pieces to root for, and Powell, the Omen. Who was just rough from three too. He just looked a little shaky with that. It's nice when you see him get to the basket. He had his best game as a pro versus the Celtics, where he was awesome. Tonight he struggled from three, and had a couple nice passes, but pretty insignificant otherwise. Right. Powell, the other rookie, as you mentioned, he was good. Man, Powell. He's got some spunk. He can defend. He gets to the basket. His shot's better than I think people thought. But it's exciting there. You're just like, okay, young pieces. Noah Clowney, 21.
Right.
Noah can play. He can shoot. He can get to the basket. He can block shots. 21 years old he's a kid.
7 threes for Clowney tonight.
Yeah, he can play.
Yeah.
Few comments here. I'll get to them. From James, with recent news at Bad Weather Fan's new nighttime host. The answer to that is no.
Maybe.
I'm not applying for that job.
I'm not applying, but if they happen to reach out, I mean, I'm not going to say no.
No, I'm not doing that.
I will.
You can. I have no interest.
What else we got?
This is interesting. There's like no emotion in these Knick games anymore. We need them to be good at the same time for once instead of flip-flopping. Steven, a Knicks fan?
781. I don't know. Honestly,
I don't know. Steven, let us know if you're a Knick or Net fan. Be kind of interested. I mean, if you're watching on Alex's X.
Like exhibit over here.
Yeah, the Nets do that. The Nets. The Nets do have a lot more draft picks too. I mean, they have all these draft picks, and
Steven's a Nets
the beginning
fan,
of it.
Mike, see.
All right, don't worry, Mike. Thank you, Steven.
Don't worry, Mike. At Steven781. Shout out
to
him.
Net fans, man.
Yeah,
it's tough.
But,
it's tough. Yeah. I mean, I was talking to people, and we were just saying before the season started, we just got to take our medicine this year. Like the Knicks are a much better basketball team.
They are,
and the Nets are rebuilding. So, just I don't know, when do these teams play again? Maybe in a couple months. You see even more improvements, and we haven't seen the other three rookies really. Traore drops 28, 12, and whatever, and
dominating them all around. Yeah,
and they are going to develop their guys. They're not just going to throw them out there. But I promise you, by February, and it's going to be all of these kids playing at once. It will change. Unfortunately, now you're just going to have to deal with the fact that they're not there. It sucks. I know. It's annoying. Yeah. I think there's unrealistic expectations, too, because there's never been 5 first-round draft picks in the history of the league selected. So you're going to just have to understand the fact that they're not going to just play 5 rookies all the time. Unfortunately, just the way it is. Right. But you'll see them later on, and hopefully they continue to develop, which they want to do. And they get better. And that's I'm not going to be one of these Nets fans that gets on here and is so pro tank. Trust me, I want them to have the best lottery spot in the world. I want them to beat the Knicks. So I can't stop myself from that. But they're going to have the Nets are going to win between 20 and 25 games, 18 to 22 games. They're going to win 20 games, whatever. They're going to have the fourth worst odds, the fifth worst odds, and that's what it is. And then you pray. But I mean, like, I'm not going to be a person that is going to root for them to get the worst record in the league. And then because then at least you're guaranteed the 4, the 5, or however it works now. The new lottery system sucks. It is what it is.
It does.
But I can't micro my life to where the problem is, here's the biggest issue, Alex.
Yeah.
So like Noah Clowney, for Net fans, and you saw a little glimpse of it tonight, is developing in real time. Like he is becoming a good player and he's getting better. So when that happens and he gets better, it's going to help them win more games. If Powell plays well, like he did tonight, and the Nets play a lesser team, it's going to mean they win more games. So you can't get mad at Sean Marks for drafting guys that are helping them now, which he did draft. And if they play other teams and win, you can't have it both ways. Like if these young players are going to play well, Michael Porter Jr. was horrible tonight, and you could just tell like it didn't have it, and Jordy benched him. But you just don't live your life where you're obsessed with being the number 1 seed, and then they're going to get this 5th pick. You wasted your whole fucking time. It's truly a lottery now. Like it's just going to be luck.
Yeah, and it learned something from the Knicks in 2019, the worst team in the league. And then, the Pelicans and Grizzlies were 1-2, and they won like 30 games. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter anymore. You know what I mean? I know it guarantees you a floor, like you were saying, but at the same time, it's just like, it's not like last year where you were a bunch of guys that weren't going to be on the team, besides maybe 2 guys, 3 guys, and they were already established besides Clowney, so it's just like, what are we doing? Why are we winning these games? I understand that anger last year. This year, you're full of young guys who are trying to show promise, and you're trying to build something. I don't understand the tanking thing, but I mean, they're not Nick's problem.
They're not. Yeah, no, I get you. You have to worry about beating the Orlando Magic.
The Magic, please, come on. Can we stop? Can we please stop crowning the Orlando Magic? What have they done? What have they done to be listed in a class above the Knicks besides your hate for the Knicks? Like, come on.
I just wanted to get you to I needed
what
to,
if the Magic? No, but it's been going on. It's not just you. It's a lot of people. It's Evan
I think
Roberts,
the Knicks are better than Orlando.
Saying the Magic are going to be better. The Magic. You know what the Magic did last year? They got hurt and they fell apart. Okay. You know what they've done this year? They've played okay. But like,
they started off really slow.
We're in the Eastern Conference Finals last year. They went into Boston and beat the defending champs in a series that people said they had 0 shot in. Okay? They've won a round in the playoffs the last few seasons, at least. Can we stop crowning the fucking Orlando Magic and acting
the Magic are 10 and 8. I just had to I had to spark you.
Let's come on.
And it worked. It worked.
Come on.
Well, I mean, it is impressive that they could beat the Knicks without their best player. That was impressive.
And I mean, the Knicks are without a 3 rotation players also. So I mean, it is what it is. It wasn't a true test of what the games are going to be in the playoffs,
right? But I mean, their best player out, and you did say, and I will disagree with you on this, that you think that Anunoby's better than Wagner.
And it was better than Franz or Mo.
Whichever guy's the better guy.
Better one.
I don't agree with you on that. I didn't
say that.
You did in your starting 5 thing. You said they beat him in all these positions, and you had him. That you insinuated it from that.
I insinuated it. I don't know.
You said the starting 5, right?
Who would you rather have on your team? OG Anunoby healthy or Franz Wagner healthy?
Franz.
Oh, come on.
Yes, 100%.
I know Franz is a great scorer. He's an up-and-coming player. He's a star in the making. Don't get me wrong. I know. But OG Anunoby has proven his value as a winning player in this league.
Yeah, I'm not diminishing that.
The addition of OG Anunoby has turned the Knicks from a very good team into a championship contender. Just his presence on the floor.
Oh, I'm not saying it hasn't. Those are all true facts. Yes.
What have the Magic won with Franz Wagner?
They haven't.
What? They haven't won anything. Yeah, no, exactly. So why are we crowning Franz Wagner as the better player than OG Anunoby?
I just think he's more of a dynamic scorer and can dominate a game better than OG can. I think OG's a great role player to help.
OG
great
Anunoby,
role player.
when everybody was hurt last year, OG Anunoby showed his offensive skill. Showed that if he's had the ball in his hands all the time, he would average over 20. Easy.
Well, he
Easy.
hasn't done it.
Because he hasn't been the number one player on a team. He hasn't been on a bad team like the Magic were a bad team.
He was on the Raptors team that was bad, and he still wasn't doing it. He's just not a scorer.
He wasn't the number one option on the team.
He's not a scorer. It doesn't mean OG's not good. I think the Knicks are, first of all,
he's a better all-around player than Franz
I think
Wagner.
the Knicks are
better
more well-rounded than, I would take the Knicks to beat the Magic in a series, and I wouldn't even think twice about it. But when we're microing at that level, I disagree. But as a whole, yes, I would take the Knicks to beat the Magic in a series. I think so. Orlando's got to prove to do it. Absolutely.
That's based off nothing. That's based off nothing.
So you disagree with me then that the Knicks would beat them based off nothing? I just told you, I think the Knicks have the better basketball team and would beat the Orlando Magic in a best-of-7 series in 5 or 6 games.
5 or 6 games? Now you're full of shit. So you think the Magic could beat the Knicks in 5?
I said the Knicks would win. Are you listening to what I'm saying?
No, I thought you just said. Then I misheard you. I'm sorry. I misheard.
I don't know how many times. I mean, seriously, get off the fucking Twitter and listen.
I'm looking right at the screen. I just misheard you. I'm sorry.
I just said they would beat them. I've said it 14 times. The Knicks would win the series.
Okay.
I don't know how more clear I can be.
I'm sorry.
The Knicks would win the series. Do you listen to me?
Forgive me.
Sorry,
all right, so
I got angry.
Beat the Knicks. Yeah,
I said I would take the Knicks to beat the Magic
I'm
in
kidding.
5 or 6 games.
Mm-hmm.
But I like Wagner as the better individual player. But the Knicks are the more well-rounded team. They right now have the best player in Brunson.
Yeah,
and that to me makes a difference. They have experience in winning series, which I value, and I think they would go ahead and win.
I think the Knicks have the best 2 players in the series
this?
versus the Magic. The 2 best players in the series versus the Magic.
Now, I mean, the thing with the Knicks is moving forward is the defense with those 2 guys was an issue versus the Pacers. It was a complete issue.
It was.
Can they get through that to the finals? We'll find out. But Orlando is an ascending team.
Right.
They're up there. I would not put them ahead of the Knicks. I think the Raptors have played better, but I wouldn't put them ahead of the Knicks. I've watched all of these teams, and I'll tell you who I think are the 2 best teams I've seen in the Eastern Conference so far. And I saw the Cavs, it was early, but I would say it's been the Knicks and it's been the Pistons. And from my eye test, those are the best 2 teams that I have seen the Nets play in the East. I have seen them play the Raptors twice. I've seen them play the Cavs once early. I've seen them play the Knicks twice. I've seen them play the Pistons once. I have seen them play Orlando. I would say from my eye test, the Knicks and the Pistons were the 2 best teams that I have seen so far.
That's fair. I think if there's a team in the East, I'm not worried about the Cavs. I'm not worried about the Magic. Not worried about really any other team in the East. The only besides the Detroit Pistons.
And I'll tell you who else
the only team I'm worried about. The Pistons are the only team I'm worried about.
The Hawks I was impressed with too.
Yeah.
They look good.
I
mean, they got some players. I'm watching these games. I'm just telling you, like they looked like to me, the Celtics stink.
Yeah.
I don't believe in Toronto yet. They do have a nice bench and they can make some shots, and Ingram healthy makes a huge difference. And quickly has had a really good year for them.
Mm-hmm.
But from my eye test, the Pistons, I mean, there's a reason they're 15-2. They are just dominating teams. They like the things that Towns did to the Nets, he can't do to Detroit in a big in a series. Now he had some big shots against them last year, but like the way that Jalen Duren is playing, he is ascending himself. He has been awesome.
Right. He has been awesome.
Now the Cavs one, it's like, man, it's hard to believe in the Cavs because every year they just seem to just flame out. It's hard to believe in them, but as somebody that needs their services, I need them to like. I mean this. When I saw RJ Barrett get hurt, my first thought was shit. I need all these teams to be healthy. Like, not that I think they could really beat the Knicks in a series.
My biggest fear is a Raptors Knicks playoff series and RJ and quickly put the Knicks out. That's my biggest fear this playoffs. You know what I mean? Like, I really think the Knicks can get to the finals. I think they can win it all and everything. But I'm not delusional. I know they could lose too in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And if there's a team to pick them off, what happened?
Oh man. Let me.
Mike's, if you're listening, Mike's screen just disappeared. Now I'm by myself. How's it going? Now I'm on the other side. This is confusing.
I lost video.
So it's just a blank screen.
Yeah,
Can you put up a picture like Dolan J. Trump's picture or something? Like just
I can try. I'm gonna leave the room and I'll come back in. All right.
Okay.
So hold it down for a minute. I'll
hold it down
and come back in. Are you listening? I'm going to leave.
Yes.
And then I'm gonna.
And you said the Magic would beat the Knicks in a playoff series. I know. I heard you say that. Mike has left the room. Well, not yet. There he goes. Now he has left the room. So Mike has left the room. It's the Alex Show. Bad Weather Fans with Alex and not Mike. I'm definitely afraid of the Detroit Pistons. Not afraid. Afraid is too harsh, but I'm definitely a little concerned with the Pistons. They were not afraid of the Knicks last year in the playoffs. Knicks won a tough 6-game series. There were a few games that it easily could have gone the other way. And it's just a team that I don't really want to face. I'll face the Cavs. I'll face the Magic. I'll face the Hawks and not be worried at all. Celtics, not worried at all. But the what did I say? The Pistons. Sorry, I lost my train of thought because Mike is back in this room. They worry me a little bit. So, Mike, what happened? You're back in the room. What happened to your screen? You look a little blurry now. You look like you're like on analog or something. I don't know what's going on. I can't hear you. You're fotzing with the camera. This is great, man. You're doing great. Still nothing. Not saying anything. You're on mute.
Hold on. I had to adjust everything.
Now you sound like you're on speakerphone. Are you?
Really? Still?
Oh, no. Now you're good. Now you're good. You're good.
Sorry, I just had to. It's funny. The defaults to all the bad stuff. The bad mic, the bad camera.
Bad Weather Fans. Get it?
Bad Weather Fans.
Let's go through some of these Nets frequent comments. So Nets frequent. 1, Knicks have 2 more seasons till they have to go all in. I'm pretty sure they went all in already. 2, Nets own 34 picks over the next 7 seasons. Congratulations. That means nothing.
I mean, it means a lot. It means they have a lot of draft picks.
It's good.
You can't. I'm not saying that it means success, but you can't minimize it because your team is in a position of success. Don't do that.
Well, I just did. So
don't. You can, but it doesn't mean much. I mean, it's not right.
Okay.
I mean,
well, another one from Nets frequent. We'll keep going. 3, Nets are the future, Alex. / lowercase u 0026. I'll be here waiting with a prayer hands. I don't know if that means something or just like.
Do you remember
when drunk we on the keyboard?
Do you remember when we got asked, who's going to be the better team and who's a better chance of winning the championship in 5 years? We're in year number 2. You're in year number 2 of it.
Still the Knicks. In 5 years?
Yeah. It's fast. Things change fast.
I can't say it's the Nets until I see them have a player that can take them to the promised land. You know what I'm saying? Yep. I can't say it. You know what I mean? The Knicks went through 10 years of not winning anything. You know what I'm saying? So like
now they can beat the Nets.
Now they can beat the Nets 12 times. 12 times. Isn't that crazy?
It is crazy. Oh man, I mean, because like Durant never lost to the Knicks.
No, he didn't
when he was here.
So at Steven781 again. Actually, I know Steve. I just saw his Twitter. But anyway, the regular season wins and losses doesn't matter. It didn't. The Nets go 4-0 against the Big 3 Heat, then get squashed by them in the playoffs with Pierce and Garnett laughing my ass off.
Yeah, I mean, it's about what happens in the playoffs.
It is.
Last year, the Knicks were 0-46 versus any team that was above 500, and then they got into the playoffs and they dismantled the Celtics. That Pistons series was a really good 6 games. And then the Pacers series was, I mean, from a basketball perspective, fan perspective, was awesome as well. But no, they couldn't beat the Celtics. They couldn't beat the Cavs.
It's true.
Man, it's unfortunately the truth. I mean, look at the Super Bowl Giants runs. They couldn't beat the Cowboys. They beat them in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
They couldn't beat the Packers. They beat them in the playoffs. They couldn't beat the Pats. They beat them in the Super Bowl.
It's true.
It's about what you do then.
But you know what's funny? It's like we look at you can look at any sport, and I just saw this recently that the St. Louis Rams, the greatest show on turf, they were like the best team in the world in 1999, 2000 kind of time.
Yeah,
putting up crazy points before their time, basically in football, like run the passing all the time, Kurt Warner bagging groceries, the whole story. Somebody pulled up their schedule and they beat nobody the whole regular season, but they still went on to win the Super Bowl. So it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Everybody just it's just something to talk about, and nobody did that back then because there was no social media. It's just like, wow, this team's awesome.
Yeah,
like that's all it is. So
you got me thinking about the Cavs because, like, look, all right, the Cavs win 65 games last season and then lose in the second round.
Yeah,
the Cavs are going to probably win 52 games, 53 games this year. And maybe they do make a run. It's just about what happens in the playoffs. The Heat are playing better. I think there's a lot more. The Knicks haven't showed dominance yet, and they've struggled on the road, and a lot of their wins have come against bad teams. So they don't really have many signature wins yet, Alex. Like I this is me not, for the love of God, not trolling. I'm just like looking at their schedule, and if you just go back, like, do they have any signature wins yet? Where you're
Knicks?
Yeah, I mean, I guess the Cavs to start the season is good.
Yeah.
But then the Celtics win, but like the Celtics at home doesn't really mean as much as it used to. Celtics are an average team that's going to be like a play-in type team.
Well, yeah, even the Nets beat them, right? So
yeah, seriously. Maybe.
Well, they beat the Timberwolves.
The T-Wolves was the good one.
Yeah.
But outside of that, do you really think there's any wins where you're just like,
no? But
so I think that's part of it.
You got to be who's on your schedule.
Like
you always say.
Right.
They lost to the Bucks. They were down 3 rotation players, and the Bucks were fully healthy, and that was caused a ton of panic because of the Giannis rumors and the all that bullshit. But that was really overblown. But you know what? The Knicks are 10-6, and just they need to start stacking some wins, man. They can't keep like hovering around 500 for a long time. Otherwise, sooner than later, it's gonna be like, oh shit. Like, you know what I mean? We're 30-28. Like, what are we doing? You know what I mean? So it's like you have to like get a nice winning streak here sometime soon. And now's a good time. You beat the Nets. You got the Hornets on Wednesday. You should win that one. Then you have the Bucks on Black Friday and the Raptors on Sunday. Go win the next 3. You know what I'm saying? Go win 4 in a row. Get some good wins. And then it'll be, 5 out of 6, and let's go. Like, you know what I mean? It's time to start winning.
Well, the problem has been they have blips that pop up, so they'll go and they'll lose that. They'll lose those games.
And I got nervous when Towns went down and he was pounding the court. I'm like, damn.
What that was a really unusual. What was so unusual about that was when he went down, like you couldn't see anything. So you thought maybe I thought it was like a wrist.
Yeah, it fell on his arm. I was like, "Oh shit, he broke his wrist." That's literally what I thought.
And he usually, like when you're in that much pain, there's a transition of like, I'm at a 10, I'm at a 9, I'm at an 8, I'm at a 7, 6. All right, I'm gonna get up. This was like I'm at a 10, and then I'm at a 1, and there was no like transition from the pain was easing. It was just like, okay, I'm good.
I think he got scared. I think literally he just got scared. He fell on his wrist and he hit the court. And
he said it was his hip.
Yeah, and then he was feeling his hip, and that was
on
weird,
the bench. They showed him going my hip.
Yeah. He was like, pointed to his ass, but it was weird. But like it was, I mean, every Knicks fan and even Nets fans probably like, oh shit, Towns is hurt.
Yeah,
like that looks bad. I was like, oh no, but. Yeah. I think it's more of a fear, especially when you go up like that, and man, got scared also, and
he felt horrible.
Charge,
yeah. Like, you saw them afterwards. He was like, "Hey, I'm glad you're good."
Yeah. He gave him a hug, and that was really nice. That was a nice moment, but it was, that's the person who you can blame on that one. You know what I mean? Towns got scared because he was like, "Oh shit, I was expecting contact." It's kind of like when Knicks fans know this is an old reference with when Malik Rose used to pull the chair. It'd be like somebody backing on the post him, and he like pulled the shorts a little bit, and like he fall on his ass. The guy was posting up. Yeah, Rick Mahorn did that too. That's
that
funny.
was the old Rick Mahorn moon.
Yeah.
With that actually, because you were watching on MSG, and so
Yeah.
I watched. I want to get to this trivia question that was on the Knicks broadcast. We'll bring it
Go
up.
for it.
But before
read it?
that, no,
Okay.
hold on one second.
Yeah.
I have the Gotham app,
Uh-huh.
and I always just go to net games. I don't watch like I'll just go to the Nets games.
Right.
But I didn't think about the fact that it was Knicks versus Nets. So I went to the Knicks broadcast at first,
Right.
and the commercials were different. So at first I'm like, oh, these are new ads. Interesting. Like not really thinking about it. And then
Yeah.
there was an ad of Josh Hart in his underwear, and I'm like, I'm on the wrong broadcast. I'm like, this is not the Nets. Like, what is this?
Mike Breen goes, that's perfect, right from his underwear to his jersey. Like,
And then I was like, I'm out of here. I told my son Ryan, I was like, we're in the wrong place. It's like we are not on the Nets broadcast. And then that's when I realized.
Well, props to him.
All
I
right,
think he
let's
got
go.
his wife in the commercial too. I think that's.
I just was like, I don't need to see Knicks propaganda. I'm not in the mood for this.
You
Like, let me
boycott-
get out of here.
We boycott Tommy. You know, like I'm not buying any Tommy apparel because of.
But I was like, what is this ad? I was like, oh my God, I'm in the wrong place. So then I went to the Nets ad, and it was like some cat, and so I was like, I'm home. But anyway,
yeah.
there was a trivia question. Go ahead and read that trivia question.
Okay,
A lot of
so
Net
the
fans
trivia
listening, too.
question,
it's a good trivia question
on
I would say.
MSG. Let me pull it up. Oh, I lost it. Where are you? Oh, there
Where am I?
Yeah, I'm looking for
My laundry room.
There we go. So the MSG did a trivia question. I said Bernard King, the Cadillac trivia question, sponsored by Cadillac. Bernard King is one of 5 players to score 2,000 points for the Knicks and 2,000 points for the Nets. Who are the other 4 players?
Did you get the official 4?
I did. I sent it to you.
Oh, so how many? I missed it. How many did we end up getting?
So we got Michael Ray Richardson. That was me. I was like, I think Michael Ray, because he just passed. I think that's why his name popped in my head. You know, rest in peace. And then we're like, who else could it be? We're like throwing out names. You're throwing out Keith Van Horn. I'm throwing out. You threw out Chris Childs. That was a good guess. And then like Steven at 781 said. Then it hit me. I'm like, oh, we're idiots. Stephon Marbury. Like, what are we doing? Like,
which is crazy.
How do we not get that one? That was a layup one right there.
Like, I just blocked. Kid was so good that I forget.
Right.
I honestly forget Marbury was a net a lot of times.
Yeah. Yeah. He was a
just
good
because
net
of how. I mean, he was
all-star. Right?
Yeah, he had a great shot in the All-Star game in 2001. Him and
actually
Iverson beat the West, if you remember that.
I don't remember, but
guys.
That was when the All-Star game they actually tried. The other 2, one was Ray Williams. You know, I would have never gotten that, and neither would have you. The one that I should have gotten and you probably should have gotten to, was Johnny Newman. You know, mid 80s, like late 80s Nick, early 90s. I don't know if we got to the 90s, 89, 90, somewhere around there.
He was on the Nets in the 90s.
Yeah, so it was probably 80s. He played with Bernard King. I know that, and that was that one and Ewing, like young Ewing. That one I should have gotten. I mean, I'm 41, so I didn't watch those. I was too young to watch those teams, but like. I know Johnny Newman. I know Trent Tucker. These guys. I know those teams. You know what I'm saying? But
whatever. I blanked on. I didn't know. I do now, but I didn't think of Newman as a Nick. That didn't cross my mind.
Yeah, that's funny because I don't think of him as a net.
I'm surprised Childs wasn't on there. I feel like he would have gotten there.
Let's see what his stats were.
How many career points does? I mean, he clearly has it with the Knicks. Has to.
Yeah, of course.
And I know he was. I know the league was very different, and he was
shout out to Chris Childs was on our podcast.
Probably putting up 7. He's probably putting up like 8.5 points a game or something small.
We interviewed him on the podcast, and he loved his tenure with the Nets. I mean, the Nets gave him a shot. Willis Reed, he told us that whole story.
Yes.
Go back into
believe it or not, people like playing for the Nets.
Yeah, go back in the Bad Weather Fans archives. We have some great interviews with Chris Childs, Tracy McGrady, Ron Artest, Meta World Beast, guys.
1325 with the Nets.
1325. Yeah, I was pulling it up. But
wow, that's it.
And only 1983 with the Knicks, so he didn't even get to 2000. Just missed it. So you were born, right? 1983. See,
wait, what about 19? Oh,
that's the amount of points he had. Yeah,
I was like, Chris Childs was not on the Knicks in 1983. What are you talking about?
No, but that's Yeah, no, Chris Childs told some
It's a
great
good
stories
trivia.
about that with Willis Reed, who was the Knick legend who was running the Nets at the time, gave Chris Childs his shot, et cetera, et cetera. So check that interview out. That was a great interview. And Bad Weather fans,
We would walk
subscribe, like
by
everywhere. Go ahead. Yeah.
We'd walk by Willis Reed all the time at net
Oh,
games because
really?
I knew where he sat, and we were just his seat. We'd have to go to our seats. I'd have to pass his seat, and he would just sit there, see him all the time.
You know what's funny? I can tell the story now that what's it called? That I don't live there anymore. But I used to live in the city for 10 years, on the corner of 34th and 2nd, 300 East 34th. And this woman who lived there became really close with her, just a neighbor in the building because I have a dog. I'd see her all the time. We chat. Her name was Annette, or is Annette. And she said Willis Reed used to live in the building. And she used to go out to dinner with him all the time on 2nd Avenue at this restaurant, Benjamin's, that's not there anymore. And, I was like, that is amazing. And before he passed, and she told me that story, and I told my wife, Hannah, and she was like, you got to ask her to get Willis Reed on your podcast. I'm like, I'm not doing that. I mean, I could have, but then I thought about it and it was like, that's just like weird. And then, then he passed away, it was very sad, but that was a cool story, fun story. But anyway, go ahead. I have nothing else to say.
No, I was just soaking in the moment.
Yeah, no, really it was cool. Shout out to Annette. But the Knicks are they, I don't want to say, I can't say this. I was going to say toy. They didn't toy with the Nets because the Nets were playing hard. The Nets were in this game for most of the game. I want to go back to the game. They were in this game for most of the game, and they were really giving it to the Knicks, and they weren't afraid. But Michael Porter Jr. was just like awful tonight.
He was bad.
I think
as good as he was last couple.
Yeah,
he was bad.
You think he was
tired? He's been great.
Do you think he was tired, or was it they needed his scoring they needed him to score like 35 to win this game?
They missed
what I mean? But yeah.
No, I mean they got 31 from Noah, but they got nothing productive there, and it hurt him. It definitely hurt him. I don't know. I think it definitely impacted it. Yeah, I think it did impact it when you're playing 3 and 4 nights, and he didn't show up. I mean, interesting too because the Raptor game, which was tied as I mentioned with 4:24 to go. Right. The Raptors started that game up 12-0, and Jordy benched MPJ 3 minutes in. So he is not afraid to set the standard. It's interesting because Jordy is a player's coach, but he's tough too, and he will subtly do things if you don't do it the way he wants it or the way the staff wants it. And I think some of that was shown versus the Raptors, where he benched him 3 minutes in. This is a guy that's been their best player by far. And tonight he was not their best player. And if you're not getting, when you're a bad basketball team and you don't get production from your best player, it's a very difficult task to beat one of the better teams in the East. It's just not. It's just really difficult. It's difficult to overcome that, and you got to get scoring in other places, and if you can't get it there, it's asking too much, unfortunately, at this point in the season for everybody else. I mean, if it wasn't for Clowney pitching in 31, they could have been a worse loss,
40-point blowout or something. Yeah, and I sent you the line before the game. It was 12.5, and the Knicks ended up winning by 13.
Right.
And I took the points. I took the Knicks minus 12.5. And that last shot at the buzzer, I was like, oh fuck. You know what I mean? It wasn't big money, but still, it was just like, are you kidding me? This young kid, I don't even know who it was who shot that 3 at the end of the game. And
I missed the last 2 minutes. I went to set up the live stream. I missed the last minute and a half.
I'll look up the shot chart, but I was just like, no fucking way. You know what I mean? It was gonna be, that's one of those back doors, guy had money on the game too, kind of a thing. I was like, no way.
Nah, you can't. It's hard to bet in basketball.
No, it is. It's amazing how. Oh, it was Jalen Wilson. I didn't even think it was Jalen. I thought it was somebody else, but
okay.
Yeah, he missed a 28-foot 3-pointer with 2 seconds left, and I was just like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" Yeah, it's just like when it was in the air, I'm like, "Oh, he's making that." But Igor Doyman, 8th pick in the draft for the Nets, he was awful tonight. He looked a little, not, I don't want to say scared. He just looked a little out of it. He hit the side of the backboard 1-3 when he was open. He was just off tonight.
His shots were off. He had a couple nice dishes in the paint and got in there and made some shots inside. But his 3-point shot was just horrendous tonight. He was his best moments were in the third quarter. He was aggressive, and that's actually when the Nets went on to tie this game. And played well there, but overall, a poor performance from him. And
4
it's
of
just
11 and 1 for 8 from 3 for Doyman.
Yeah, 1 for 8 from 3. So it's just too much. It's just too much of relying on the 3-point shot. He had a couple nice passes in transition, in particular, which I remember.
And 6 rebounds
one behind the back was
wow, yeah.
Yeah, he did fill up the box sheet a little bit because of his size. Like, he's 6'9" point guard. He gets rebounds. His best game of the season was against the Celtics, where he scored 14 and was just great, like getting in the paint. Tonight was not that. Tonight was the Drake Powell night for the rookies, and for me, Alex, I can't. It sucks. Like, you and I are doing this, and you said something of, I'm glad I don't have to worry about these things anymore, but I do. So I can't hide from it. And I would say from this year compared to last year has been so much more enjoyable for me because there's rookies. I've seen the development of Noah Clowney. MPJ has been fun. Clax has been better. So I know they're not good. I know they're not going anywhere. I know fans get frustrated when they win a game. Like, people were mad they beat the Celtics. I was like,
yeah, that's stupid.
Sorry, I mean, sorry that Yegor had a great game and beat him. Like, what do you want?
Should have beat him for the kind of court that the Nets had. The Celtics had. I couldn't even watch that game. I was like, I had to wear sunglasses. It was like the worst court I've ever seen. I know, but
no, that's not the Celtics.
Make the court a dominant color that's more easy on the eyes, man. I mean,
well, they're green, so they went with the green court.
I know, but it was like a green. It was like a lime green. It was weird. It was like that off green that they used. It wasn't even like Celtic green.
All right.
Yeah, I know, but it was awful. I don't know. But but you know what? Like with the Nets, like you gotta develop these guys, even if they're not gonna be the guys that are gonna be the guys that are take you over the top. Like with the Knicks, where like we spent so much time investing as fans in RJ Barrett, Emmanuel Quickly, Obi Toppin, Frank Ntilikina, like all these guys that we thought were gonna be the next level players. And Ntilikina is a bust, Knox stinks. And then you have Obi Toppin, you trade for nothing, which you should have traded for more, but Tibbs hated him. And then RJ Barrett and Emmanuel quickly become players, and you end up dealing them for OG Anunoby, who's better, who's turned the team into a championship contender. You know what I mean?
Knicks were built through trades.
But they developed the RJ and Quickly are the ones that developed, and Jalen Brunson, obviously it helped that hired his father, and Mark Cuban didn't want to pay him the discounted contract, and he got pissed, and Leon Rose is kind of his godfather. Like all that stuff, you don't have to be Pablo Torre to read between the lines. I mean, with the Knicks, they already got charged for tampering, so it doesn't matter anymore. I don't know what we're investigating. Everybody knows the story. It is what it is. What's going to happen? That's just stupid. But anyway, you got to say Knicks for clicks, of course. But the Knicks built their team. They have Mitchell Robinson as the one carryover from those terrible teams, and that's probably why I like him so much as a player.
It is
one of my
favorite
players.
It is.
Like, just because I feel like I've watched him grow up. Like, they got Mitchell Robinson in the Carmelo Anthony trade to the Thunder, where they got a second-round pick thrown in, the top of the second round, and they picked Mitchell Robinson, who did not play, who was one year out of high school, like committed somewhere, and then he didn't play. He was just raw. He was just a skinny, nothing guy who could jump out of the gym. You know what I'm saying?
I'm confused. Mm-hmm. Didn't you say like 30 minutes ago that picks don't matter? So you're saying that through a trade and a pick that helped. So then a little bit.
Picks matter. I mean, picks matter, but like it matters if
you're just an example
this year. You get him this year, next year. Yeah, sure. You want to talk about a pick in 2072? I mean, sure, you can take those.
But it's a little contradictory of picks don't matter, but then saying, oh, they've got this pick in the Melo trade, and look what it became. So then
I'd rather have a player that can help me win now than a lottery ticket.
Different conversation.
That was my point. That's
different conversation.
That's my point.
Right. Well, when you're in a rebuild, it's a little bit different.
Knicks,
but I'm just saying. But I'm just saying. Like, look, they worked. It was and they had to draft well, right? You have to draft well. You can't just have all of these picks and not draft well. I mean, it has to work both ways. You have to be able to select the right guys. But
Deuce McBride also was a second-round pick. Guys like that, or or
his late first-round picks have been very good. His
Quentin
lottery
Grimes
picks were not.
Quentin Grimes looks like a player now. I mean, that was a pick. That was a late first, also. I mean, Daddy seems like he stinks, well. But Diawara looks good. You know what I mean? I know it's a couple games into his career, but
he's not going to get minutes too. So
no, he's not. Yeah, but
once they're fully healthy too.
Right. No, he's not going to play. I mean, they're surprised.
Does not look good. He looks horrible.
Can we talk about the funniest part of the game? It's always Karl-Anthony Towns involved in the funniest part of the game. Yeah. Towns gets a steal. He's feeling himself a little bit. Gets a little fancy. He flings up the alley-oop to the fattest guy in the court. Yabusele can't even get off the ground. He's like, why did you just throw? You know that he's mumbling under his breath, like, motherfucker, why'd you throw me this shit? You know what I mean?
Yes, had a bad angle.
Vince Carter catching it and like gonna do.
Vince was at the game.
Yeah, no, they showed him on MSG also.
Yeah, Vince was there.
Yeah, that was funny. That was really that was hilarious. That's gonna be everywhere. It's always, why is it always Towns? That's always the
because he's erratic and does dumb stuff sometimes and does brilliant things
Sloppy,
sometimes. But
not graceful.
It's just we'll see the same narrative combos come up. Right. But like you're not getting. I mean, it feels good to beat the Nets 12 times in a row, but for actually anything substantial when it matters, he's going to be judged on what he does versus a team like the Orlando Magic.
Yeah, the Orlando Magic, the end-all be-all team in the East, everyone's favorite team in the East. Man, I'm just
all right. You good?
I'm good. Jalen Brunson. I want to get it. Like Jalen Brunson looked really good tonight. He started off slow and not really started slow. He was
all right.
He was good. Mikal Bridges has been great this year. I know you hate him, but he's been great this year. Defensively, he's looked good. He's got quick hands. He's getting a lot of steals. He's always releasing. He's always releasing, and it looks like he's cherry picking, but he's not. He's just like, there's a shot, and he's on the other side of the court already. So if it's a missed shot, he's gone.
Yeah. He had a poor first half. He had a very good second half. He woke up in the second. First half, it was like 2 points, didn't do much, and then second half, he woke up.
Yeah.
He is what he is, man. That's him. I think you're getting the best version of Mikal right now,
and I'm happy.
Which is
he definitely hated Tibbs. It's just so clear he hated Tibbs, and that team last year. Remember, it was weird because you trade for Mikal early in the offseason, like June or July or whatever it was, and then right before training camp, like a week or two before training camp, you blow up the team and trade for Towns, and it's just like, whoa. So now that you're in training camp and you don't know what you're doing, you have a lot of time to get together. You need to quote unquote gel. and I've heard, and they don't even know where they were, so I don't know.
I don't know where I heard this, but boy, this is like there was stuff with Mikal in Brooklyn that he didn't like, and like I think maybe he's more assertive and more of a bigger personality than I gave him credit for, because he forced his way out of Brooklyn. Like he did do that.
He didn't want to be in that. He didn't want to be. Don't let anybody tell. He didn't want to be there.
No, he did not.
Yeah. No, I get it.
I think he actually may have wanted to be there more if his best friends weren't with the Knicks.
Fair.
But I do,
so close, right? Like so close. It wasn't like they were in Miami and he was in Brooklyn. They were like at the Garden and they went out to dinner together. You know what I'm saying? It was just like, what? Well, I'm not playing.
But I do think when he was traded from this, I think when he was traded from the Suns to the Nets, he was disappointed. I think he liked Phoenix.
Yeah.
I don't think
got to the finals.
He liked it here.
Like the nice weather, you know what I mean? Like they were a good team playing with Devin Booker, and now you're in Brooklyn. You know what I mean? And the second team in town, replacing a legend. You know what I mean? It's kind of like it's a tough spot, man. And he played really well that first half of season. They were just feeding him the rock.
He looked like a star.
Yeah, he did.
We now know he isn't, but he looked like a star. He's a very good player that can help you win. Absolutely. And at moments can be great, but he's not
5 first round picks.
If Mikal Bridges is your best player, you're not winning anything.
No, he's not worth 5 first round picks, but on paper, but when you're a team like the Knicks who need that piece and they need another, two-way player, it's worth it. Like, you know what I'm
If
saying?
you win, it's worth it.
Yeah. I mean, it's worth it
You
even if
won't
they don't
judge.
win because it's the right piece. You know what I mean? You need that piece. So that's what
Well,
it is.
I'm not. The last thing I'll say about that is, if you lose flexibility in other trades later, that could have been a better piece.
Right.
If there's somebody there, then I'm not talking about Giannis. I'm saying in
anybody.
general.
Yes.
If you go all in and maybe at a certain spot, you know how the NBA is. It's so volatile where like Lauri Markkanen becomes available. Okay. Maybe he's not better than Mikal in the things he does, but I'm giving an example of
Danny
somebody
Ainge. Yeah.
I'm giving an example. Maybe you want to make a trade for maybe there's somebody that becomes available and you go for it. That's you do lose flexibility there.
Yeah.
Like when you committed to Mikal, you gave him the money. Now maybe you trade him in a certain situation, but in this spot, that was it, right? When you're going to give up all of that draft capital, and it's really hard to do business with a team that's rebuilding when you don't have that capital to then trade with. It's
Right.
like if I'm a bad team, I want draft capital. I don't want guys that are kind of good. It just doesn't as everybody says fit the timeline.
Yeah. And what's crazy is another timeline of events, kind of a Back to the Future thing. If Isaiah Hartenstein stays with the Knicks, did they even trade for Mikal Bridges? Did they even do anything? Like maybe they
I don't know
trade for
how that
Mikal
works.
Bridges. Maybe they trade for him, but maybe they don't, trade Randall, and maybe they keep Dante because it's not Randall real. Like obviously, I didn't like Randall towards the end, but like I wanted to see how this team was going to be at full strength with Randall because Randall played well in that January. We'll never forget, like when the Knicks went off when they traded for OG Anunoby, but I wanted to see what it was like with the Villanova 4. Like, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to see what that squad was going to be. And I think a lot of Knick fans did too. And we hold that season and that team in very high regard in Knickland because we never got to see them get knocked off because we felt like they got cheated because they got hurt. You know what I mean? So it's like they lost, Mike. I get it. They lost.
No. That's not what I was going to say.
Okay,
that's not what I was going to say.
Yeah. But like they lost the Pacers, but it is what it is. That's how you feel about Durant on the toe on the line, right?
That's how I feel about that whole era.
Yeah,
I never got to see that. Like you're feeling that way about how do you think I feel about having Kyrie Irving, James Harden, Kevin Durant, and they played 13 games? Like think how I feel. I'm just saying. Yeah. I understand what you're saying.
But now, the difference is the Knicks followed it up with an Eastern Conference Finals appearance, and the Nets went into the abyss. Like that's
which makes it even worse,
right?
Which makes it even worse.
100%. Yes.
And I will say this about OG because I agree with you. His importance.
Mm-hmm.
He is hurt a lot.
Oh yeah,
and that is something that
always the hamstring. Also,
that is something that is a worry if you are a Knick fan in the playoffs because he has a vulnerability to not be on the court.
Right.
It hurt them 2 years ago versus the Pacers where he hit a couple threes to start that game, but he couldn't walk.
Yeah.
I mean,
but they were up 2-0 when he got hurt. And
right.
Originally.
So,
it's like,
that is something. There are guys that get it. Mitchell Robinson gets hurt. OG Anunoby gets hurt. Jalen Brunson starting to a little bit get hurt. That's a fear. But that is I'm not breaking any news to anybody.
No.
But that is something where all the things have to go right to win a championship. Because if OG's out, the Knicks defensively are fucked.
Yeah.
In the playoffs. Then they have serious issues. If he's not there, Mikal's a good defender, but he's not a great defender. And you have so many other liabilities on the court that if OG's hurt,
they can live without Mikal because you have Jordan Clarkson, you have Deuce McBride, you have talent at the guard position. That's where Mikal plays now. You lose OG and you slide Mikal over there, it's not the same feeling. You know what I mean? It's just not. There's something missing with the team. But you brought up Mitchell Robinson. His injury is health. He's healthy now. I know.
I know today was an illness. Yeah,
he was sick. He was ill. Not awesome. He is awesome, but he was just ill. Not as an ill, but it's time for the Knicks to push Mitchell Robinson past the 15-20 minutes. I mean, I know they say he doesn't have a minutes restriction, but he does have a minutes restriction. So we need to lift this minutes restriction already and like let the guy play, because he's never going to become a guy that can give you 30, 35 minutes. If you don't give him 30, 35 minutes, at least push him 25, 28 minutes. Like what are we doing? Why is this guy always playing 15, 20 minutes? I know he dominates in that time. The offensive rebounds, protects the paint. He does all the little things, tips the ball in the right spot, blocks a shot, doesn't swat it into the fifth
Bubble
row.
wrap.
Like what are we doing? But
Bubble wrap.
Even in the playoffs, they don't play him a lot of minutes. I just don't understand. I don't get it. And that's why people who are fans of, and I don't blame them. Let's say like you're in Utah. It's in my head because you brought up Lauri Markkanen before. And you look at a box score, you're like, Mitch Robinson, this guy sucks. Like, you know what I mean? 8 points, 6 rebounds, 2 blocks, whatever his stats are. It's something around that, right? But then you watch him play, and this guy dominates. Like, can we get this guy more minutes? Try it. Like, just try.
Alex, in a playoff series, teams pick on Karl Anthony Towns. There's a trend there. It happened last year. It happened in Minnesota. You saw him get benched down the stretch because teams take advantage of it.
It's true.
And when you don't have Mitch there and it's just Towns, and I know he was great tonight, but you need that. I mean, you need that.
You can't have him get hurt. I know, but it just sucks because he had some bad luck, when what's his face? Joel Embiid threw him to the ground and hurt his ankle that has still been hurt to this day. Yeah. Just things like that. I mean, some stuff is bad luck, but so that's why I don't want to get rid of him. That's why I never wanted to trade him. That's why I wanted to keep him, because I have Marcus Camby PTSD. I mention it every week on this podcast, Bad Weather Fans. Subscribe everywhere. Only Knicks and Nets podcast, because I feel that once you get rid of him, all of a sudden, like you put in all this work from when he was a nothing, like this raw specimen, and he comes in and now he's this, like, I don't want to say star, but now he's the defensive star, can dominate a game on the defensive side of the ball, one of the best defensive players in the NBA. And now you're going to get rid of him for what? You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, I guess that's your question is for what? Yeah. I'm not.
Right. I mean, if you're getting like Giannis or something, sure. But like, you know what I mean? Like if he's part of the package for that, like fine. Like, all right, thanks, bro. It was great. Great, Nick. You know what I mean? Like it is what it is.
No one's above. At the end of the day, Alex, you have one thing on your mind. It's winning a championship. Of course, you want to do it with your homegrown guys. Yeah. But who cares, man?
Right.
So like when Brandon Nimmo's traded, they get better. They get better. It doesn't matter. They get better? Like, I don't care.
Did they get better? I don't think the Mets got better.
It's hard to answer if they got better because you have to see what else they do.
Right. But in that trade, they did not get better from that trade. So that's a fact.
I would say, they got better defensively in the infield, which was a problem for them. Offensively, absolutely not. If you're going to rate the trade, did they give up a fair value? They got a player that's not as good. I agree. But it's also, if you're going to then use that, if you're going to then use that spot in the outfield to get somebody else, then the trade was worth it. You just don't, it's an incomplete. It's not fair to answer it now without knowing the other things that are available.
See, I disagree with that. We can get old baseball real quick. I disagree with that because yes, it's about the next trade. It's about this trade. It's about the next move. Bottom line, the trade was a failure. Like it was, they gave up a better player for a worse player, and they didn't even get any prospects mixed in. Like throw me some prospects in Double-A. Like maybe you'll see. Like I can't even play that game. Like maybe this guy will be a starting shortstop down the road or second baseman, whatever. Some dude. You know what I mean? You can't even think that it was a 1-for-1 trade. Well, Brandon Nimmo was better than Marcus Semien, and that's a fact. So I don't care about the next trade. This trade was bad. That's point blank period.
Well, but if it opens up an avenue where they get like Cody Bellinger, then it worked. Because then you would say we'd rather have
money. Why do I have to trade a guy to save money?
Because it's not that simple. You can't just. It's not that. I know you want to say that, but it's not that simple.
But then get better value for Brandon Nimmo. Like
I don't think there's better value out there. I'm just telling you that was the. And also too in baseball,
that's your best
point.
That's
especially baseball.
Right.
He could have a better year next year. This is not basketball where it's a little more predictable. where
Right.
guys are older. Like he could go out there
There's
and,
up and
and do the
down
trick.
years.
And I will say
Yeah.
this from the Mets standpoint, they were what made the Mets special 2 years ago is they were so good at the fundies, right? Like their defense was great. They did all the right things.
They sang
Maybe they
great
didn't have it,
songs. Yeah.
but defensively they were good. Last year it was
Uh-huh.
just like mistakes and errors. So if you can shore that up, that will be nice to see because he's
Yeah.
a Gold Glove guy. Like that will be nice to see. But to the original point of if this makes the Mets better and I don't care if Nimmo's not there. Like
Right.
I don't care anymore.
Well, we learned that lesson.
I'm not a little kid.
Right. We
Right?
learned that
Like, I'm
lesson
not
as Knicks fans with RJ Barrett and Emmanuel quickly. I was upset. Every Knicks fan was upset. And then all of a sudden you go off on like whatever it was, like an 18-2 run. You're like, all right.
get over it. Right. Winning
Yeah.
the deodorant. I mean, like if the Nets were, let's say the Nets go ahead and trade Noah Clowney.
Mm-hmm.
I think it would for them to do that, it would take an incredible player to come back. So I don't think they're doing that. Like they're 21-year-old who's developing, right? But I'd be massively disappointed. He's probably the only guy on this roster that would truly disappoint me
If he was
gone.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
if you traded him for like future picks, you'd be like, what the fuck are we doing?
Right. I think
Yeah.
I think from a Nets standpoint, he's pretty untradeable right now.
Yeah. Well, yeah, untradeable for a dump. Like if you're gonna get,
but a team that's going to win
players.
isn't going to want him,
right?
And a team that's rebuilding, the Nets aren't going to do business with.
Right. That's fair. That's fair from that
Like
perspective.
like for example, where's more value for the Knicks, Noah Clowney or Mikal Bridges?
Well, who has more value for the
Like
Knicks?
who would you want on the Knicks? It's Mikal. It's not even
Mikal,
close.
yeah, of course, yeah.
But would you make that swap one for one if you're the Nets? Absolutely not.
No. Of course
you can't do it. So I'm just saying there's no trade partners. This is
right.
a stupid topic.
Why would you want an average, like a above average guy that's paid for your guy who's 22 who might get better than Mikal Bridges?
Right. Who you're looking at saying, okay, I see Noah Clowney. Like you watch Noah Clowney tonight, probably the most you've seen him all year. Would you look at him and say he's 21, he's got a body, he can get to the basket, he can shoot, he can defend the rim. He did not do that well tonight, though. Jordan Clarkson bodied him all around. But would you look at him and say, I could see him becoming a legit NBA player in big spots?
Yeah.
You could see it. You can see it.
I
That's
wish
why I've been texting him. Like, I'm watching him.
I wish he had a little more hops, but he definitely can play. You know what I mean? He definitely is a player. You know what I'm saying? Like that donkey. Who did he dunk on the other day? I forgot who he dunked on.
Skittish Veely. I'm saying his name right. The guy in Toronto who played at Seton Hall.
Oh, I don't know his name, but I know what you're talking about. So like he dunks on him, and I'm looking at it like, wow, it was a good dunk, but I'm like, this guy didn't get off the ground. Like, you know what I mean? It wasn't
banged him.
Yeah, he did, and it was a tough dunk, and he went in strong. But he's not going to dunk on a lot of people because he doesn't get off the ground.
No, he can get off the ground.
Okay, so it wasn't a good jump. Okay,
you can fly.
You got to really watch a guy a lot to know if he has hops or not. But it didn't seem that way to me.
But I've been on group threads. I've been texting him like, I'm seeing this transformation happen. He is getting better. He didn't go to the basket at all.
So is the Clowney jersey going to be ordered? Is that the next jersey? Maybe
it would be. I'll get it for my son. Maybe
a couple of years. Maybe
for my son.
Yeah, I guess because kids grow out of their jerseys fast anyway. It doesn't matter.
I have to stop. My son too is like he's getting worried about Knicks games now. He's like, oh God, we're playing the Knicks. He hates it. It's like, ooh, he doesn't like it.
Well, it's cyclical. You have to explain it to him. Like
no,
sometimes they're bad, sometimes they're good, sometimes they're bad.
No, he doesn't like. He might hate the Knicks more than me. All right, let's wrap this up, Alex. It's been an hour and 20 minutes. 11:30, and
I want to go to bed. Yes,
yeah. And I have to double check that I have a podcast.
And my
for somebody
my computer might be dying soon, but that's okay.
All right, Bad Weather fans,
yes.
289. Knicks winners over the Nets. They've won 12 straight. And Nets next game, I believe, is Wednesday. I don't really care about the Knicks, so I'm not going to promote when they play.
Knicks play on Wednesday as well against the Hornets.
Right.
So.
All right, cool.
Yeah, Hornets Wednesday and Bucks on Black Friday. So,
thank you, everybody, for watching. Bad Weather fans, if you're listening for the first time, if you got that, an hour and 18 minutes.
Thanks for
listening.
Give
you my Venmo.
Well, there's more people watching now than there were in the beginning of the show. So, like, subscribe, the whole 9 yards. Available everywhere. We'll do this once a week, live shows and podcasts and random selfie videos of me in my car and Mike standing against the wall. And we're looking forward to Mike gets so self-conscious. I couldn't help it. If you're watching on the stream, Mike just like had his hand on his head, just gave me the most confused look at it, like, when have I been against the wall? Like one of those like kind of looks. I'm sorry.
Bad Weather Fans, episode 289. I really want to go to bed. I can't stress it enough. Talk to y'all later.
So what do you think about the Giants game last week? You think it was good? No, I'm kidding.
I don't want to leave the studio and end the stream. I'm just going to leave you here alone.
Thanks for listening, guys. No